All right, so for today's lesson, we are going to take a look at changing attributes, which is SOL 8.74b and 8.6b. So I made an error there for that, so it's 8.4b. All right, so for this SOL, you would describe how changing one measured attribute of a rectangular prism affects the volume and surface area. So your learning target for this lesson, I can determine the effect of changing one dimension of a rectangular prism on its volume and surface area. So let's first of all here, remember rectangular prism, we worked with rectangular prisms on yesterday, but let's go here and remember that L stands for length, W stands for width, and H stands for height. And of course we have our formula here. So 2 times the length times width, 2 times the length times height, and 2 times the width times height. All right. So first we're going to find the volume of this rectangular prism. And remember that the volume is length times width. So we have V is equal to length times width times height. Excuse me, I forgot about the height. So our length is 10. Our width is 3, and our height is 7, which gives us a total of 210 units. And it's going to be units cubed. All right, so as is, we have a volume of 210 units cubed. So now here it tells us that we're going to increase the length by a scale factor of 2. So increasing it by a scale factor of 2 means that we're multiplying it by 2. So we're taking our length of 10, multiplying it by 2, and giving us a length of 20 units. So now looking at the new volume, we have a length of 20, a width of 3, and a height of 7. All right, so when we multiply 2 times 3 times 7, we get 420 units cubed, because again, we are looking at the volume. All right, so now let's describe the change. All right, so we can see with our original length of 10 units, that our volume was 210 units. Now looking when we doubled the length, what did we do? We doubled the volume. So here by doubling the length, the volume was doubled. All right. When one of the attributes of a rectangular prism is changed, the volume increases or decreases by the same scale factor. All right, so now let's take a look at surface area. All right, so it says find the surface area. So remember, surface area is 2 times the length it's 2 times the length times the width, 2 times the length times the height, and 2 times the width times the height. All right, so we're going to find it as is. So we have 2 times 10 times 3 plus 2 times 10 times 7 plus 2 times 7 times 3. So we have 60 plus 140 plus 42, which gives us a total of 242 units squared. So remember, we're still talking about surface area, so it is units squared. All right, so now we're going to decrease the width by 1/2. All right, so looking at the width, so again, looking at my rectangular prism, my width is 3. So simply what we're going to do, since we're decreasing it, we're still going to multiply it, and we're going to multiply 3 times 1/2. All right, so the new surface area, the new width is going to be 1.5 units. So using our new surface area, using our new width, we have 2 times 10.1.5 plus 2 times 10 times 7 plus 2 times 7 times 1.5, which gives us 191 units squared. So we can see that our surface area decreased, but not by half. So our surface area decreased, but it's important to note that it did not decrease by half. All right, so we just know that the surface area decreased. So SA, surface area decreased. And the last portion, one attribute of the rectangular prism is change the area of 4 of the 6 faces are affected. All right. So now I want you to go ahead and summarize what you've learned from today's lesson, and then we're going to do some practice problems as well at the end of your notes.